You needed to say his thing, right?
Coach, could you talk about the state of your roster where we are 3 weeks before the start of the season this year compared to maybe where you were last year at this time?
Yeah, I would. It's difficult to compare now the roster now at the beginning to the end of the last season. So, but what I can say is, yeah, we are very satisfied with all the guys. They made a great job in the off season. That was for us very important. The individual program and also to check the weight and body fat. That's important when you have a long holidays. So they came here in a very good spot, and then the first 2 weeks now, the first training camp was very well. With a high load in our intensity in our training session. Also the both friendly games, test matches against DC United and St. Louis. So they are in a good spot, and we are very satisfied with what I said. And some new guys. Some guys with more experience, some young guys from our academy, they made it in the first training camp very well. So it's good. It's good to be here, to be back here, to work, to stay all day, every day together, and to work hard, that we can continue our development, that we can continue our process from the first year.
How much of an input that you had from many of the new players coming in? As far as players' acquisitions is concerned, did you speak with a lot of the brain trust in that area, or did you just simply let them do their jobs?
No, I think it's important. It's important that we sit together to analyze the last season, and for sure then also to sit together. Okay, what do we need now for the next step? And we are sitting together and talking about solutions, about players, about the players which we have now in our roster, and also what is coming from the academy. And this is the big picture now, and then to make the decision all together, and that's it.
Sandro, would you say this roster is deeper than it was last year?
I hope we can talk end of the season about that. At this moment, yeah, I would say I'm very satisfied. So we did everything. We had a great conversations with the club, with the board, with the Red Bull board. So it was great to see, and now it's important to work very hard every day. But I agree, we have. It seems that we have a lot of good players at this moment, and that also when I compare this to the last year, they made also a big step how we want to play, and that's good. But we have to show this every day here in the video room to have the focus, to have the concentration, and then for sure, and as well then on the field.
Do you have any expectations surrounding Maxim Choupo-Moting in terms of playing time? Is this somebody, this is a veteran player, do you expect him to start close to every match, get a pretty heavy
I think it's important. I think it's important, and when you see him now every day here in the group, in the locker room, and this is the same like Emil Forsberg, to be honest, great character, great person, and also with his quality, it's good that we can see this in every training session. And of course we have a lot of games, hopefully 34 games in the regular season, US Open Cup as well. So I think this is 4 games to come in the final. So, and then Leagues Cup is now during the season, so it's a little bit different, and this is what we have to handle. I have 1 year more experience with my coaching staff, and this is what we have to handle, the load with all these guys. And I'm pretty sure we need everyone in our roster. So if he's 15, 16, 17 years old, or I don't know, 33, 35 years old, we need everyone in this, hopefully, such a long season from January till December, hopefully.
So
Coach,
Hey, that's great, that's great.
So, Coach, we got close to winning a final. Now there's a couple more tournaments and trophies that are out there for grabs. Are you giving the same importance to all of those tournaments to hopefully come home with some hardware?
100%, and this was the main message in our first meeting, which we had here in our locker, in our room here, in our coaching room, also with the players, in our first meeting. So when we are and I don't want to repeat this, to be honest, every day, every press conference in June or in July, but I want to say this very clear. When we start the season, so we have the chance to play 4 finals. That's clear in this season, and also to win the Supporters' Shield. So, and our main goal is to win games, to have all together the same experience in the semifinals, because we won the semifinal, and then for sure to come in the final. And this is why we are here. And we had this experience last season with the conference final, Eastern Conference final. We won this game against Orlando, and then we lost the MLS Cup final. But this was a great event before the game. After the game was a little bit disappointed. But this is we want to create more events like this, to create more finals for us. And yeah, it's a big opportunity. And we don't say now, okay, we are only have the focus for MLS or something like that. No, US Open Cup, Leagues Cup, MLS Cup, Conference Finals, so all these guys support us shit. But when we see other teams, I'm sure they have also big goals. When you see what they are doing on the transfer market.
Coach, last season you were around this time. You were learning still about the team and the league. Now you're going into a very similar preseason. Has your preparation changed a little bit now that you have a lot more knowledge both about the team and about preseason?
On our practice, our exercises on the trainings field, no. So our video session, it's a little bit different, because now you can working with your own video sequences from the last season, and not to work with another sequences. So when you start your work here in this club, for sure it's good that you have 1 year more experience altogether. So I would say the process to get to know each other is now because we had a lot of emotions all together this last year. The good emotions at the beginning, and at the end of the season was tough, and then the playoff run was great. So that's good that we had all this experience all together, and this is what we have to use now in our preseason. But nothing changed in our rules, nothing changed how we want to play. So maybe sometimes changed a little bit the structure, but not the principles.
Coach, there's a lot of talk in the off season. I think between MLS Cup and the start of your training camp is like 40 to 50 days. There's a lot of talk of how short that is for teams like you in LA. Are there any advantages to that? Bringing in new players right away, getting them, with the players who are sticking around, the momentum. Is there any sort of advantage to this, or? Yeah,
but we have now five weeks preseason until the first game. So but this is the rule. It's okay. So I would prefer 6 weeks, to be honest. It's clear, but 5 weeks, and then it's important when you have only 5 weeks preseason that the player made his job, his responsibility very, very good in their holidays. And this is then important. So they came, what I said at the beginning, they came in a very good spot back. But now 5 weeks. So now we have 3 games in California. Tomorrow we have a game, then in 3 games in California, and that's it. And then we have to be ready in Cincinnati against 3 center backs, I would say, from Cincinnati.
Coach, can you talk about Alexander Hack? He's obviously a player you worked with prior. What does he bring to the locker room, and what's that previous knowledge working with him, motivation to bring him in?
Yeah, he's left foot. So as a center back, left foot, this is the first topic, and it changed a lot, especially in your build-up situation, when you have also left foot in your back 4 or back 3. So as a character, he's directly responsible, or he feels the responsibility to coach, to communicate on the field. So this is his character, very clear at the beginning, and you have seen this directly in the training session, and also very open person to go to the guys, to speak with these guys. And yeah, he's I know him as very well in my previous club in Mainz. So he knows how we want to play, very aggressive in forward defending, and that is also what we expect then from him, to show this in every training session, and hopefully then also on match day.
Coach, speak about transfer market. I
Oh.
mean, a lot of teams have
I'm
been.
the coach. Come on,
Now
I'm
you don't know.
I'm the head coach.
Yeah.
We
But a
can
lot-
talk about tactic, about everything. But
A lot of teams have been active, very active on the transfer market. Red Bulls as well, mostly for players leaving. Players coming in, can we expect anybody else?
we will see. But I can't comment now any rumors. I know we have a lot of rumors, but this is also it's a kind of our part of our job. That's good that we can talking about that every day, or you can talking about. You can ask me, but it's to be honest. I know a little bit, but I can't say something because we never know what happened the next days.
Any positions that you think would need depth?
I'm so satisfied with every position.
Coach, can you talk about the status of Felipe Carballo? Is he here with the team?
Yeah. He's here, and he had some problems with his foot, so he missed the MLS Cup final against the LA Galaxy, and then it was a little bit better in his off season. Then he came back, and was also the first days a little bit problems, but now it seems good. And I think so. He will join the training session, the second part of our training camp. So he's now
What about other guys like Lewis Morgan that he was supposed to come back and we could all tell he really wasn't 100%. Now a short break, the season's about to get started. How do you kind of like help him with his load, but still make him impactful and have his recovery?
Yeah, I think that's very important. That's very important. Because we have now this experience from the last year and our preseason to handle the load, but he's now in a good spot. But we have to be careful. I agree. We have to be careful with him. To adapt every time, to look some load of him, and this is what we are doing with the medical stuff, and we are in a good conversation, and then also to have the conversation with Luis. How his feeling is individual, and that's it. But he's full team training, and I think he will also play tomorrow 45 minutes.
Coach, from a leadership standpoint, this team has lost John Tolkien and Ryan Mayer very recently. Are there any players stepping up? Are you noticing that the team has like some replacements personality-wise within the
I'm
club?
sure. So first of all, great guys, J.M.I. Tolkien, and but this was his biggest. His biggest wish to go to Europe. So that's at the end. That's his decision when you are doing this step. And so, but for him was now the step and this club. So it's okay. This is what we have to respect. And great guy, and I wish him all the best. And Ryan, that's it's great. It's a great person, to be honest. And it was biggest surprise for sure, because he extended the contract. I don't know. 4 or 5 weeks before, but it was the biggest right. But also, this is what we have to respect. We had a great conversation, very open conversation, and and I wish him also the best. And I'm sure we will have now in our roster as well these guys who takes the responsibility in the locker room, who can lead the group. I'm sure we will have these guys as well.
Coach, can you talk about how you
No, Zach, we have time to go.
evolve your tactical system? Obviously, we saw shifts towards the end of the year. You played more in the 3-back formation. It seemed like more of a system made for a playoff type atmosphere. How do you evolve on that or bring out a new element from that base? Since you wanted to talk tactics, not
We can talk. Yeah, it's good. No, it's clear now. But before we start to talk about the structure, I think the main part and which is important is to have the clear identity, to have your principles, how we want to defend, and that's it. So we played more in a 3-4-3 structure in our playoff run, but we played also very well in our 4-4-2, 4-2-3-1 sometimes. And this is the question now, week by week. So how we want to play, to look for the opponent, but I think it's also more important to look to your own identity, and that's the question which we have, but always the main part, the main topic is our principles, and this is what we want to see. But it's clear now. We played the first test games in Florida in a 3-4-3. So tomorrow, I would say we play both structures, and then we will see in California. But that's our main part, main focus now.
Sandro, just to kind of go back and touch on your defense there, you lose Token, you lost Andres Reyes, bring in a few new guys. Where's the confidence level right now in the back line?
When I see also tomorrow today in our training session and also the first two friendly games against DC United and St. Louis, it was very good, the behavior, and especially from these three center backs, from the whole team, how we worked together and how we chased together as well. So the confidence is full for these guys, and I'm pretty sure we will see this also then in the next couple of training session, and when hopefully starts the season.
Coach, I just want to ask you about Felipe Carvalho.
Yeah.
5 months left before his loan ends. Is there any plan to make that move permanent with the Rebels?
We will see. No, but it's a good question, to be honest. It's good. So that it seems that you know a lot about contracts and everything. That's good. So yeah, it could be option for sure, but we will see. So now we start the season, and yeah, but he's a very important player for us, what I can say, and he was very important in our playoff games against Columbus. He scored in the first game, and NYCFC he scored. So yeah, it's a great player, great character as well. But it's not now the speaker in a locker room like this, but it's a great person and very professional. He works so hard every day, very professional. Yeah, long answer, short question. We will see.
Time for one more question if anybody has one.
Coach, can you talk about what you've seen from Andre Mehmeti so far during his first team game?
A lot, and you see directly he's a very intelligent player and a good space behavior, and always to have the confidence for his movings, to want the ball. So it's good to see him, and he's 15 years old. So when I was 15 years old, I made a lot of mistakes not only on the field, but he's great. It's good development, but it needs also time for the next step. But in every training session he shows his quality with 15 years old, and it's great, and it's a great work, especially, and it's not only from our coaching staff, it's a great work from the academy, because this is the product. And when you are working so hard also in the academy with these young guys, and to believe in these young guys, and then to come here and directly to be in the group, it's great, it's good, and it's a good, very good work, and from the whole academy.
Coach, thank you for joining us. We appreciate your time.
Thank you.